Hey folks, John here. Got a new camera and decided that the best way to test it out would be to record myself going to my local Ross and Walmart to see what's left over after Christmas. The spoiler answer is not much, but I did find a couple of things. So here we are at Ross in the very Barren toy section. I did save you the walk in. Don't need to see all those people looking at clothes and stuff. Here we got a very sad G.I. Joe classified sniper. Someone has torn the back open and ganked the gun and case and such. Got some reaction figures and we got a pretty neat Digimon figure, actually. I actually considered getting that one, but it was like $20. It's a little too much, I think. We got E.T. E.T. is Elliot. Not a real big fan of that figure there. Of course, even with the shelves empty, no one wants this Blaster Hawk figure. Got another reaction. This time we got Stanley from The Office, looking dapper as heck. Have you been to your local Ross? Does it look like this? Got April O'Neil left behind. Kind of surprised by that one, actually. I think that's a great figure. I guess nobody really knows who Judith Hogue is. So, there's some pretty cool stuff there. There was quite a few of these E.T. NECA figures hanging out. There was a bunch of these Toonie Terrors. And of course, I had to pick up this Yu-Gi-Oh! Blind box. If you've seen the channel before, I opened up some of those. We got, vintage collection Acolyte figures just littering the pegs. And a cool little Rainbow Bright. That was neat. Poor unloved hologram Ezra. One thing you'll notice when you watch me walk around a toy store, I often make multiple passes because, I'm always holding out hope that I'll find something good. But usually I don't. It seems like every shelf had a vintage collection figure that was still just rotting away. Even at $5, it's just too much for people. I picked up this little Heihachi from Tekken. I actually have already bought one of those and already moved it on. I was not a big fan of that one. We do have some more Acolyte figures on clearance. What is the lowest? What's the price that people will pounce on these for? Apparently $3 is still too much. And that one was priced $5. It's the same actor. I don't know if it's supposed to be the same character. We got an Outcast 2-pack from Reaction. That's kind of cool. If I knew more about Outcast, I might have bounced on that one. And then we also got a pretty sweet Toonie Elf. Did not pounce on that one though. Here's one more thing that I did actually end up buying. It was a kind of interesting Chucky figure that you can change his face to show, I guess, what mood you're in. I don't know. It's like put it on your desk so people know what to expect when they interact with you. And one last thing that I decided to pick up and show you actually ended up being a good idea because we ran into it again at Walmart. This assassination classroom teacher, I think. I don't think I've ever watched this show, so I don't really know anything about it. But it says Sensei on it right there. He's kind of a tentacle guy. Alright, so we're walking into Walmart here. Lucky for you, I muted the audio. There's a lot of clanking and clacking going on, but first stop is this nice little clearance section. I don't know why I said nice little, because there wasn't a whole lot of anything over here. They did have this Lego Shield Helicarrier that I'm pretty sure this was $40 on Black Friday, and they have it marked down to $65, so that's pretty funny. I did have to cut around some people here, so you're gonna see some gaps in the coverage. Sorry about that, but you just have to trust me, you didn't miss anything here. We do have some not Labubus here. Walmart trying to capitalize just a few months too late on the plush keychain fad that seems to have died down quite a bit. I won't lie though, I'll probably end up buying some of these if they get a bit cheaper. They'll kind of cool. And then we have some little Mattel plushies that are on clearance for full price. You know, that's a typical Walmart behavior, so nothing to be surprised by. I just thought you should know. I was hoping to see some new Legos in this aisle. A lot of the stores have started to do their refresh for the new season, but this Walmart hadn't got around to it. You can see there's some barren shelves left picked clean by holiday shoppers. They do still have the Fortnite Battle Bus, which, I do want this. I have to admit, I do want this. Also, I have to apologize. I'm still learning how this camera works, and I haven't quite nailed down where the field of view is, and like what you can see and what you can't. So at one point here, I point to something off screen, and it's a Lego TIE Bomber that, you guys can't see it, but I could see it. The one thing I was hoping to see here was the new Lego Speed Champions DeLorean, but they didn't have it. I love these Jack Simpsons figures. I've been buying them as they come out. I've been buying pretty much every single one of them, and lately it's been tough to find them. So it's kind of a mixed bag to see Millhouse, but then find that he's on clearance, which doesn't bode well for the future of that line. Pretty cool to see that retro Flint. Never seen him in person before. And of course the pegs are just covered with Cobra Troopers. That always kind of blows my mind. Now we got a smattering of Transformers here. No new ones at all, just the remnants of the wave from before Christmas. We do have a rare appearance by Emma Frost on the pegs. I don't think too many people liked that figure, but she was pretty tough to find. And then lo and behold, we have a lone remaining owl from the new retro card wave from the Spider-Man series. I gotta admit, I do want this owl, but I don't think I'm gonna buy him for $30. And then we do have a large complement of Smee. Always exciting to find new Micro Galaxy Squadron figures. Of course, it's always mainly I'm looking for the chases, just because that little endorphin hit that you get. But this Magna Guard fighter was kind of neat, although I didn't end up getting it. I noticed on the back it shows the TIE Avenger from the Andor series, which I would have bought that if it was there. We got like no Godzillas left. We got just a few turtles. It's really sad walking through the toy aisle after Christmas when there's no clearance to be found. Speaking of clearance, our next stop is the clearance aisle, being worked on by this very nice lady. I ended up grabbing this Lego F1 blind bag. I kind of don't really care too much about car racing, but I couldn't pass it up for $2, So we got a really cool little set of mini backpacks from Sanrio that I actually ended up buying this karapi for my partner. She loved it. It ended up being full of tiny stationery, and how could I say no to that? But I did not pick it up very well on camera because I thought I had corrected the positioning of my camera, but I actually made it worse. So I promise going forward things will be better. We've got some more Simpsons figures up there. As I said before, I'm feeling real bad about the future of that line. I really want them to make every single Simpsons character, but if it's on clearance that hard this soon, I think we're kind of in trouble. We got one last figure to look at. We got a nice Hudson from the Gargoyles NECA line. Pretty bummed how that one ended up too, but got a lot of failures to talk about, I guess, huh? I guess our last stop here at Walmart is going to be the sort of collectibles. I don't even know what to call this section. It's back in the electronics department. They have the kind of, I guess, the more high-end toys. Super 7, McFarlane, NECA, stuff like that is back here. I do apologize, though. I did not pick up the bottom shelf very well at all. So we're getting a whole lot of the rafters and the lights and stuff, but they had some really nice Godzilla and Where the Wild Things Are reaction figures, plus some South Park vinyls that I haven't seen before. They had a whole shelf of the Ben Cooper figures by NECA that I do really like those, and I find it hard not to buy more of those than I already have. What you can't really see on the bottom here is a bunch of McFarlane stuff. Here is that Sensei figure. You could have saved $10 by getting it from Ross. Of course, a lot of Funko Pops. I don't really have a lot of interest in those, but if y'all want to see that, just let me know. I did find something, though. This new McFarlane Zatanna with Detective Chimp. I picked that one up and brought it home for myself. But I had a whole lot of new McFarlane stuff. This Elite Spawn figure looks pretty cool, but I don't think I'm paying $50 for him. And then, of course, there was Elongated Man and I think Cosmic Boy or something. I had a little bit of a catastrophe there, but everybody made it through okay. And I am responsible. I do put things back when I knock them over. Get my ribbon for being a good citizen, I guess. But that's about everything here. Not the greatest Walmart shopping trip of my life, but let me know what you thought about it. We got one last little section to peek at. There's some sort of, I guess, anime figures back here, but I think all that's left is Avatar: The Last Airbender. And then, on the way out the door, I had to take one last peek to see what was hiding behind these SH figure arts, and it wasn't anything too exciting. It was just your boy Goku. And we're out.